Hey everyone! Welcome back to ALISA English. I'm ALISA.
And I'm Chris. Today we're tackling one of the most urgent topics in the world right now, climate change and the environment.
From more intense weather patterns to disappearing ecosystems, climate change is something we're all experiencing.
So let's talk about how it's affecting our lives and what we can actually do to make a difference.
So, ALISA, how have you seen climate change show up in your daily life?
Well, last summer we had a heat wave that lasted nearly 2 weeks. It was unbearable. That kind of extreme weather used to be rare.
Yeah, same here. And it's not just heat. I've noticed more erratic rainfall and sudden floods where I live. It's like the weather has become unpredictable.
Totally. Scientists call this climate volatility, right? Basically, when weather patterns swing from one extreme to another.
Exactly. And honestly, it affects everything, from agriculture to energy use to even mental health.
That's true. The stress of dealing with these changes can be overwhelming, especially for communities that are already vulnerable.
You know what I think is missing? Environmental education. Like teaching people how to live more sustainably from a young age.
Yes, as the saying goes, you can't expect students to build a future if you never teach them how.
Exactly. That reminds me of an idiom I love. Don't just fill the bucket, light a fire.
It means education shouldn't just be about memorizing facts, but about inspiring passion and action.
I love that. Because without that fire, we stay passive. And when it comes to the environment, passivity is dangerous.
Right? I read recently that melting ice caps are now contributing significantly to rising sea levels.
And those rising waters are forcing people to relocate from coastal areas. It's a real crisis.
What frustrates me is how slowly governments are reacting. We're running out of time, and still there's so much bureaucracy.
I know. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen, but no one's actually cooking.
Laughs. That's a good one. Meanwhile, people like us are trying to make lifestyle changes. I've started cutting back on meat, for example.
Me too. And I try to buy local produce. It's fresher and has a lower carbon footprint.
Let's talk solutions. What would be your top 3 recommendations for someone wanting to be more eco-friendly?
Okay.
Use public transport when you can.
Avoid plastic packaging.
Educate yourself. Watch documentaries or follow climate scientists online.
Solid advice. Mine would be
Conserve electricity. Turn things off when you're not using them.
support green businesses.
And most importantly, talk about it. The more we speak up, the more awareness we create.
Yes, awareness is contagious. And the more people talk, the more pressure there is for change.
That brings us to another idiom I like. Knowledge is power.
If you don't understand the problem, how can you help solve it?
For example, learning about your own carbon emissions helps you take real steps to reduce them.
Exactly. Education is the root of action.
All right, let's wrap up by reviewing the key vocabulary and idioms from today's talk.
Let's take a quick look at the 5 new vocabulary words we used today. Climate volatility, unpredictable and extreme changes in weather. Example, climate volatility has led to more frequent floods and droughts. Carbon footprint, the total amount of greenhouse gases you produce. Example, taking public transport helps lower your carbon footprint. Environmental education, teaching people about the environment and sustainability. Example, schools should include environmental education in their curriculum. Rising sea levels, the increase in ocean levels caused by melting ice. Example, rising sea levels threaten many coastal cities. Relocate from coastal areas, move away from areas near the sea due to danger. Example, some families have had to relocate from coastal areas because of flooding. Phrases
You can use cutting back on meat, avoid plastic packaging, use public transport, conserve electricity, support.
green businesses. Idioms, don't just fill the bucket, light a fire. meaning don't just give information, inspire people to care and act. Example: a great teacher doesn't just fill the bucket, they light a fire. Knowledge is power, meaning the more you know, the more you can do. Example: knowledge is power when it comes to tackling climate change. That's it for today's episode. We hope you picked up some useful expressions and ideas. And remember, change starts with awareness, and even small steps matter. Stay curious, stay kind to the planet. See you next time on ALISA English.